All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, HaKudash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom Barakathum. And the Edomites are fighting, okay? They're attacking one another. Now, you might remember, what was it, last week or so, Zelensky, there's a big blow up, with Trump. He ended up getting put out of the Oval Office. All right, this is an interview from Elon Musk, and listen, we'll see where this is going, because there are things happening in the spirit that looks like politics for other people, but we see prophecy unfolding. Okay, so let's listen.
I want to begin, but among other things, everyone's attacking you for your position. What are you doing in the government? There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced. It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
Oh, well, so that's your suspicion. Is the website, is the internet?
So did you hear that? He's saying he believes it's Ukrainian. Okay, there's a cyber attack on the X platform, all right, where he's saying, well, it looks like it's Ukrainian in origin, and they have all kind of tech support. These are the super smart, brilliant guys that are very, very intelligent and wise in computer science and things of that nature, and they're pointing it back to where? All right, now, didn't we just have a fallout with Zelensky last week with Trump? So this is one Edomite not getting his way. Trump is the wild card. And they're retaliating against each other, backbiting, and this is division. All right, now if it's bubbling up to the surface, what's going on behind the scenes? This is Matthew 12:26, or 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. All right, this is how we know America is about to fall. All right, because this is not just political parties. The division is everywhere. Okay, you have fighting within the political party. You had Republicans that didn't want Trump. Okay, you had Democrats that are mad at Joe Biden, or that they put Joe Biden in there, and he couldn't do a goddamn thing, only to replace him with Kamala with no votes. Okay, so they're angry within their own party. Then you got the parties mad at each other. Then you got men versus women. Okay, then you got traditional, men versus modern men, or modern women, I guess I should say. Then you got fighting within the EU. Then you got fighting within NATO, which is across the Atlantic, with Canada and the US. Then you got the US and Canada are divided. All right. So there's a lot of division going on in the house of Satan. All right, and we know what time it is. Okay, everybody else is looking at this like whatever, but we can see where this is going. All right, verse, I'm gonna keep going. It says, in every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Okay, and this is why we don't tolerate men in the camp that don't preach the same doctrine. All right, they really acting like they with you, but secretly this nigga believe he King David. He just ain't found the right way to say it yet. That's leaven in your spirit. Okay, and you're gonna have to get that out of you. As a matter of fact, let me go to that real quick, because I was reading it last night. We're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, or coming up to the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right, and the scriptures speak about this, because we're not like them. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians 5:6. It says, your glorying is not good, know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. And Trump is leaven to the Edomite kingdom. Okay, Trump is leaven to the Edomite kingdom. Now we got this leaven in the Edomite kingdom going into the Passover, with this blood moon coming up. Well, who's to say this shit won't just crack off, man? Because I feel a very heavy spirit on me, man. I haven't felt this spirit on me since like 2020. It's just a very heavy, ominous spirit. All right. At first I'm thinking it was kind of linked up with all of the stuff with Alizar, but no, it aligned with that time. But It's persisted, man. Okay, the Lord is about to do something in the earth, whether you believe that or not. Okay, it's up to you. But the elect, you know, they're gonna have a bias towards fearing the Most High and doing and keeping the commandments. You know. But it says, verse 7, it says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. All right. So the Lord told us to be unleavened. All right. And at the same time, the men of the Lord are working on being unleavened. Esau is adding leaven. Okay. Trump is leaven. Okay. This nigga is on his last term. He's speaking proud things. You know, he's shutting down money. Like he's shutting down 5 trillion in treasury. You know, the treasury has payments of about $5 trillion every year. Okay. And like half of that money wasn't even being marked. When Congress approves money spending, they got something called appropriation, meaning they tells you exactly what they voted for and what they spend the money on. And that appropriation has a code. They didn't have any of the transactions coded to any appropriation. That means half of the expenditures weren't even related to something that Congress passed. So that money, that was a racket. Okay. And Trump is coming in and shutting it down. You don't think there are elites behind the scenes angry? You know? So Trump is leaven in their system, and eventually that issue is going to grow. It's going to be a problem. And the main issue is that these things are popular. Everyone's happy at what Trump's doing. This is what's going to cause a lot of the division. Okay? It says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened, for even Hamashiach Yahushai, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Okay, and the Lord was spotless. He was unblemished. Okay, he represented purity, a pure sacrifice, man. All right, and you want to leave it all on the field going into the Passover, man. You want to get all of that out of you. You know, pray to the Lord that you're sincere, that you're not holding on to things that are gonna drag you down. Because what happens with leaven, when you apply heat to it and wheat, it expands it. Okay. And you can't unleaven the dough, man, okay? You got to make sure it's not there before, okay? And the Passover is Thursday night, you know? And the Feast of Unleavened Bread is the week following, you know, right after that. So, it says, verse 8, therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice or wickedness, okay, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. And you have a lot of other Israelites that have this, okay? So their camps are going to be broken up just like Esau's kingdom. And once the Most High breaks you up and scatters you, that's to destroy you, man, okay? There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it, okay? If y'all are going to break up and fracture, the Lord is God. Unless you're of the elect, there's not going to be a safe haven for you, okay? When the scriptures say in Jeremiah, the day of trouble at last, but Jacob shall be saved out of it, Jeremiah 30 or 31, I forget, but he shall be saved out of it. That's talking about the elect. You 2/3, the Jacob's trouble is for you, man, okay? We're praying that we're not of that lot, that we're not among a 2/3, you know, degenerate, man. That's a dishonorable thing to be a part of, man. So cleanse yourself. Don't be like Esau, okay? You got Ukraine is now, you know, retaliating, you know, against people. They just gave this nigga hundreds of billions of dollars, okay? And he's crying, he's mad. You know, this is how Esau is, man. This is how he gave up the birthright. All right? He had the birthright and he didn't respect it, man. You know? Just felt entitled, man. Do whatever he wanted. He thought he was going to come back and get the birthright back, you know, from his father, even though he sold it, you know? Just hypocritical, weak behavior, you know?
Yeah, as I said before, I don't think you can blame this on Ukraine. I don't think so. But it's, you know, I hope that they find out who did it.
Come on, man. Come on. They see these Edomites is a streamer I'm reacting to. His name is Asmongold. He they don't know. They don't understand what's going on. All right. Where was I gonna get? Slovakia. Obadiah 1 and 7 and 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. All right. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. All right. So all of these alliances you see, NATO, the EU, these are not real. These every border, modern day border in America, it's an arbitrary border that basically 80-90% of the borders you see today came out of World War II. They all got redrawn. They're all completely arbitrary. This is why people don't understand, the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, because that border in the southeast Ukraine was redrawn. Those people down there, they spoke Russian. Okay, that's why Putin went down there, because although they drew the border of Ukraine, they were ethnic Russians. Okay, they spoke Russian, and they even passed a law telling those people in Ukraine that you have to speak Ukrainian. You can't speak Russian, and that started the whole thing in 2014. Okay, so all of these borders, everything is not what it seems. Okay, a lot of people don't read history. They don't know what's going on. They just read headlines. People have such short attention spans. All right, you really can't even write things down. People can't read much more than the headline now. Okay, they got to get it in video format. That's why TikTok is so popular. That's why YouTube Shorts are so popular now, because the minds of the people is defiled. Okay, it's degenerative. Okay, so they think we got allies, but America doesn't really have allies. Okay, you read Revelation the 17th chapter, you'll see that the whore that rides on the seven-headed dragon, okay, she's separate from the dragon. She's with them, but she's not the same as them. Okay, so this kingdom America is about to get isolated and cut off. All right, but going on, verse 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, they have and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them, because everybody takes America's military muscle. They'll take America's money, okay? But they don't respect America. When it comes down to defending America, it's not going to be there. And Trump even said it. He says the Title V, or I think it's called Title V in the NATO agreement, says that America has to go in and step in for anybody in Europe that has issue, which really that's pointing towards Russia. But it's supposed to be both ways. Like if Mexico invaded America, all right, France is supposed to step up and come help America. It's supposed to go both ways. And Trump said it. You really think France is going to come help us? He said, no, they're not. All right? Because Trump is breaking the mold. He doesn't understand that America is the muscle of a three-part offense. It's that triangle offense. America's the muscle. Okay, Europe is the money. Okay? Or really London, that area, the UK, and the Vatican is the philosophies and the higher power, the belief, the spiritual side of this thing. Okay. So when you look up the Pope, isn't it, this motherfucker he's worshiping the false gods of the Northern Kingdom down there. He literally participated in a ritual of Pachimani, or Pachiman is a deity down there. He participated in the ritual. So the Pope is set up, okay? So there's three aspects to this thing. And America thinks that they're not a part of something larger, but they are. There's a global plan to control all of the access points. Esau doesn't look at borders like that, okay? He looks at access points. He'll control the Strait of Hormuz, all right? Or he'll try to control the Arctic, or he'll set up military in particular parts of the sea. That's how he rules, man, okay? Not by borders and democracy and people having sovereignty. That doesn't exist, all right? But it's a snare unto him, because he sold himself out to like China. That's why it says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him, because America doesn't make anything anymore. China does. You know, the person that they've made enemies trying to compete with them, but your elites sold you out to them, man. Okay? That's why Americans don't make anything, and that's why they don't know anything, and that's why their jobs are so replaceable. Okay? That's why they're so susceptible to AI innovation. Okay? Because there's no steel mill running like that. Okay? Even the food is owned by a handful of companies. You got Monsanto, Tyson Foods, you know, maybe a few others. All right? And pretty soon they're not going to need humans at all to produce food. You know? So this thing is locked down. It's a snare. Nobody knows how to do anything. All right? It says, verse 8, shall not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau, because this is a very foolish thing he did. Okay? But he can't help himself because he's greedy. Okay, and prophecy has to come to pass. All right. You can continue reading. I'm gonna end it here, man. But you can continue reading about the division of Esau. You know, Isaiah in the 19th chapter. Okay. You can read Daniel 2. Definitely read Revelation 17, verse 12 on down. All right, because this division is gonna get worse, and it's gonna be a spirit on people on a local level. People are gonna be divided. All right. Anyway, I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. On to the next. Shalom.